Good afternoon and welcome to NYFP. This afternoon I'm joined by the founder and creator of the Smart Sponge. Now when you think of Smart Sponge you might think it's another infomercial product, perhaps the ShamWow or the Aqua Rug, but it's a lot more high-tech than that. So joining me now is CEO Rink of AbTech Industries. Good afternoon, thanks for joining me.
It's my pleasure, thank you for having me.
Well, so here in your hand you have the Smart Sponge and you'll be performing a live demo for us. That's quite exciting. So can you tell me what your product does?
Yes, absolutely. It's a smart sponge. It's chemically selective. It's hydrophobic, so it doesn't absorb water, and high volumes of water can flow through it. So we actually use it to treat water and remove contaminants virtually on contact in applications from stormwater to fracking operations to any kind of water treatment, industrial or otherwise, anything other than drinking water. And we can do it very simple. The product is malleable, so it can be molded in any shape or size. It can go in the end of a storm drain going into a body of water, or it can be used in a steel mill to remove oil so they can actually reuse the water. It's about water reuse and any way you can possibly do that.
And Glenn, when you look at the Smart Sponge, it looks almost like coral or perhaps cauliflower. So if you could show us how this works, that'd be great.
Your description is great. We actually call this popcorn, and popcorn can be molded, as I said, but it works like coral. It has a great filtration capability. So I'll give you a quick demonstration on it if I could. I'm going to take some New York City water and some used motor oil and diesel fuel and a little bit of crude oil, and I'm just going to contaminate the water so that I'm able to give you a good visual on the capability of it. And I have so all I'm going to do is you can see the oily globs in the water, and whether, as I said, it be a steel mill or a refinery or a storm drain or fracking operation, we're able to take this. And when I was younger, I used to be able to do this all with one hand. Anyway, this is strictly a visual demonstration. It's not a technical demonstration, but you'll be able to see the speed at which it has the capability to remove the oil out of the water and turn it into a solid. That's one of the other reasons it's called Smart Sponge, is because it takes it and actually turns it into a solid. And then it can be actually recycled and go to a waste energy facility to be burned as a fuel.
And Glenn, standing right here, I can smell the oil right now, and you can just see it going through, and the water does appear to be coming out quite clear.
Yes, it is quite amazing. And then we can take the spent Smart Sponge and take it to waste energy, and it will burn at greater than 18,000 BTU, so it's a fuel source.
So Glenn, would you be willing to drink that water, or is it that clean?
I've actually done that many times, and the EPA says they would hate for me to be representing that I'm making drinking water, because it's really anything but drinking water, and so they wouldn't want us to think that that is anything other than intended to be water that you can reuse in the same process. So whether it be a fracking operation or an industrial application, water reuse or protecting bodies of water.
And Glenn, as the global population continues to grow, we're seeing a lot of industries, and that does mean a lot of pollution, whether intentional or not. So I'm sure that you'll be seeing growth going forward. So what are your financials like at this moment in time?
Well, actually, it's a great question. We've really been a developing company. We've really been transitioning really from R&D into the applications, and we just got awarded our first major award, and it was not to exceed $12 million, and we were notified of that in the last 3 weeks. So hopefully within the next short period of time, the actual contract will be received and revenue will start coming in on that project. It's the first of its kind. It's a design, build, and operate, and we anticipate that to be replicated all over the country. So from a financial standpoint, we see a change in the company's financial structure. We have lots of folks offering us as a public company to invest in the company, but we're really right now looking to finance those large orders as they're coming through. And since we now have vision and insight on that first 12 million, we're looking to leverage that as much as possible.
And I think with a product like this, it's important to know that it is EPA registered, and I understand that the Waste Management, they're one of your major North American distributors, so could you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. The EPA registration is for the antimicrobial, so what we do is we can actually, you saw me remove oil, but it does a lot more than that. We can coat it with an antimicrobial agent, and in order to do that, we can reduce bacteria without infrastructure. And so that needs an EPA approval or registration. That's what that is about. Waste Management, being the largest North American distributor for us of our technology, they have 33,000 municipal customers. it's a great product that they can bring to their municipal customers to help them deal with their water treatment issues. Whether it be water running off the streets, running into the nearby rivers or oceans or streams, they can come in and do a turnkey solution for that city and offer more business vertically to their existing customer base. So we're very excited about that relationship.
Well, Glenn, thank you so much for joining me. It does sound as though there are a lot of applicable uses for this, not just on a national but also on an international level. So I look forward to keeping updated on this product, and I hope to speak to you again on the floor soon.
Thank you very, very much for having me. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure.